the elephant family. And there's mom getting some food. But the lucky thing about this couple is they only have one child. So their parenting is fairly simple. They just have to figure out what the buttons are for that one little baby. Now, it's a little different in other ways. It's love, huh? Oh, yeah, that's cool. The thing I want to point out to you today is that look at these two twins. They're a great deal alike, except when you get to know them. And then they're quite different personalities. And there's Eliza, who's completely unique, and there's Ashton, who's completely unique. Where's Isaac? There's Isaac, who's totally unique. And there, we're at the zoo today, and if you look at animals, they're all completely themselves. I mean, like for example, Silas, is an elephant very much like a tiger? No. What do you think are the two most different animals you can think of? Completely different. What would you say? Say a tiger, and what would you say, Eliza? What are the two most different animals?
I would say a snake and a giraffe.
A snake and a giraffe, but they're both kind of long. But I'd say that's pretty different. But the thing we have to learn about children is they're all completely different. Like, if you try to parent this guy and this guy the same, even though they look alike, it would be like treating that elephant the same as you treat a rhinoceros. Well, that might actually be pretty close. But you wouldn't want to treat that elephant the same way you treat a armadillo, right? You know what an armadillo is? I don't either, but I got some cowboy boots made out of him. And Ashton, what do you think are the two most different animals of all?
Humans and beavers.
Humans and beavers, a unique answer indeed. So we're going to talk a little bit about how to treat each child according to his own needs and his own nature.
Even though you have to have some things that are the same for all the kids, especially when you have more than one, every kid is totally different, and they accept things differently, they understand things differently, and you need to treat them individually.
You need to motivate them differently. You need to, discipline them differently. But then if you do, one of them comes to you and says, well, that's not fair because that's not what you did with the other kid.
I know, and then I say my always and forever comeback, life isn't fair, get over it. But
or you can say, well, someday you'll be a mom or a dad, and I hope you don't treat your kids all the same because they're not all the same.
Yeah, exactly. Good luck with that.
Well, and I just want to show you an illustration like one of our boys. You know which one I'm talking about. Here was my discipline method for him. Watch my right eyebrow. And that was almost too harsh.
Yeah, it was for him.
He would say, you're right, Dad, I can do better, and I will. But how do you think that would work on another kid I'm thinking about?
Not at all. And, they do need to be disciplined differently. But I think you kind of need to explain that. Although it's a very fine line, I have to say. You have to be very careful that you don't make one child feel that they're less obedient or less smart than the other one or whatever. You have to really think about it.
But the bottom line is, understand, parents or grandparents, every child is different and everyone needs a separate approach. That's what makes parenting so complicated and so wonderful.
And even though our children are grown up, as you just said, we still we know them well enough that we know what they need us to say.
Right.
Some are so needy, and others just, whatever, I'm fine forever. You don't need to tell me I love you. I just know. And some you can't tell them enough. So it's a great process as we figure out how unique our kids are.
Go do it. Treat them as unique because they are.